How about another twist to Parmesan? Chicken Parmesan, eggplant Parmesan. Well, we're gonna make a cauliflower Parmesan. Let's get cooking with style. I think the hardest part about making this cauliflower Parmesan is slicing the cauliflower. I've already got one in the oven, but I'm gonna show you the other half. So I split them in half, and then I'm gonna cut down the other side of the half. And you're gonna lose some, but save those for maybe some roasting some cauliflower for something else, or maybe you make a little bit of a, maybe a cauliflower soup or something like that. So there's that. Now we trim off this base, so we get rid of this because we're not gonna eat that. And then to make the dressing that goes over the top of this, we've got our olive oil, and then we've got our spices. We've got granulated onion and garlic, black pepper, Italian seasoning, and salt. And I'm just gonna put that in there. And I like using my silicone whisk, because see, I can use it as my mixer too. Okay, so there's that. And now we'll put this on a pan, and you gotta pick it up a little gently because it'll wanna fall apart on you. And we're going to baste this one side generously. Now keep in mind this recipe is for 4, so you'll have another head of cauliflower. Make sure you brush the outside and the back. And now let's flip this over gently because they want to fall apart on you. And I've got my oven already preheated. Brush this over the top, and again, make sure everything gets coated because the oil helps transmit the heat into the cauliflower. All right, let's go pop this in the oven. Now I've got my oven preheated to 425. Oh, those hinges. All right, we'll fork test this in about 20 minutes. So we've been in here about 20 minutes. Let's pull this out. And just in case you don't know what fork tender is, what I mean is you take a fork and stick it in, and it's nice and tender like that. So I've preheated my marinara sauce here, and we're just gonna give a liberal amount of this over the top, so we coat everything rather well. And then we've got our mozzarella cheese. Let's get a nice heaping on top there. And it's called Parmesan for a reason, so we got to put a little Parmesan cheese over the top of that. And we're going to pop this back in the oven for about another, say, 5-8 minutes until the cheese melts. All right, there we go. Now, if you want this a little bit more brown on top, you can pop it under the broiler, but I mean, I like that nice little golden brown like that. Here's what I want you to do as well. Now, we've got this extra marinara, so we're just gonna put a little bit on the side like that. And if I was gonna serve this for dinner, I would have a nice little plate of just olive oil and garlic pasta. All right, lay that down just like that. Let's, I like to make sure I get all my ingredients. Now to finish this off, let's do a couple things. Now, I love Parmesan cheese, so put a little bit more over the top, a little sprinkle of that Italian parsley. And now if you want to spice this up just a little, some crushed red peppers. What I like to do is I like to leave these out on the table so people can make it as hot or as not hot as they like. So this cauliflower Parmesan is a great way for vegetarians to enjoy a Parmesan style meal, and with some spaghetti on the side, it's a complete meal. If you like this recipe and all the ones we're making on Cooking with Styles, go to cbs8.com. Enjoy.